Welcome to the Queens on Decks, where I interview female DJs from around the world. I am Michelle Miller, your host of the Royal Queens Rising podcast. We share our inspiring stories and secrets to our success. Hi, welcome. I'm DJ RunDat, the host of the Queens on Deck show, where I interview female DJs from around the world. Today, I have a very special guest, DJ Honeyflow. Hi.
Hey.
How are you?
Doing good. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Thank you.
That's good.
Thanks so much for being a part of the show. And I'm so excited to connect and dive in. So how did you get started DJing?
Oh gosh, I think that's such a long story. I was always the young girl with headphones on. I remember growing up in the 90s. I think it was like grade 7, just always was the kid that always had the headphones, always had music on. So I remember my friend had a radio show back in the day on CKUW, and she basically just threw a mic at me. She said, I'm going to go do broadcasting school in the UK, and I think you have the personality for it. And she basically just threw a mic at me, and I was stuttering, so nervous. I had no idea what to do even on air. And I think the radio show really just triggered something in me to just get turntables and just start DJing as well, because I was already playing music. Yeah.
Nice. So when you first started out, did you have any mentors?
No, I didn't. I had to kind of learn, and I'm still learning. I mean, even after so many years, there's so much to learn. I'm probably more of an interactive DJ, so I really love connecting more with people and playing the music. But yeah, I didn't have anyone. I saw maybe one or two females growing up. So I would always, kind of any party or any event that you were at, you would always be the person behind someone else's turntables, like the lurker they call on Twitch, lurking over someone's head and watching them do everything. But yeah, I didn't really have anyone to teach me anything.
Yeah, I definitely can relate to your story. Very similar. Always had headphones on as a kid, breaking Walkmans, and then as soon as I discovered DJs, always wanted to be friends with them, always intrigued, wanted to know what was going on, how they do it.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely.
Yes, that's lots of fun. So you're in Canada, right?
Yes, Toronto, Canada, for sure. Yeah.
Well, so what's it been like for you this past year?
It's been interesting, like, to be honest. I mean, especially if you're creative, I've been getting into TikToks and doing different things, but I feel like when you're a creative person, you can't go out and you're an extreme extrovert. It can be difficult for sure. So I think the first couple months it was okay, it wasn't too bad. And then, you hit that kind of hill where you're like, oh shoot, like I can't go out, I can't play weddings, I can't do events, connect with people. So you just find innovative ways. Like even Canada Day is huge for us in July. So I literally was walking and I found a park, and I found like a stranger's house that was on the corner of this park. And I literally knocked on their door and asked if I could just set up my turntables there Canada Day and just play for people across the street that were at the beach in this park. So you just find innovative ways. I mean, I think it's been challenging for all of us that are creative in quarantine, for sure. But music has always been something not only I'm passionate about, but something that is always positive, right? That will always bring you through, even in tough times. So I've noticed that that's really helped me quite a bit, is just keeping the music playing, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow, I can't believe you just went to a stranger's house and asked, and I'm so proud of you because, we've gotten to connect a little bit and
Yeah.
over this last year. And something I preach about all the time is really just being brave enough to ask for what you want. And it always starts with, what do you want? And then you get to ask for it. So,
Yeah, for sure. So
and not,
true.
yeah,
Yeah.
not everybody is comfortable doing that. And it might be a skill that they need to exercise or practice. So good for you, girl. So that sounds
Yeah.
like fun.
For sure. I mean, the worst that people could say is no, right? And I remember
Yeah.
watching this TED talk, and this guy's like, I think he was talking about 100 ways of getting rejected. So basically, he would do all these crazy things. Like he would jump in backyards with a soccer ball and ask complete random strangers, "Hey, can I play soccer with your kids?" And the guy's like, look at him like, "What the heck?" And he's like, "Okay, I guess, sure, come on over," right? Or he'd go
Mhm.
to like a Krispy Kreme place and ask for a donut that looked like the Olympic rings, like asking for impossible things. And then people would do it and just give it to him for free. So the
Yeah.
whole point of that resonated with me was that you can ask for anything. And the worst that people could do is just reject you and say no. But he said the world's a lot nicer and kinder where, you'd be surprised that they actually would say yes. So I did that Canada Day. I talked to two strangers, two different houses. They were like amazing. The guy actually like pretty much gave me the keys to his house and said, "Hey, I'm going to be gone. Jump in my garage or get other speakers or do what you need."
Wow.
So, and he gave me free cookies. So it was pretty good. And I got a bunch of tips that day too. People were jumping out of their cars and giving me money. So it was one of
Oh,
those magical moments. Yeah, pretty cool.
wow. I love this story so much. And that's the thing, that creativity of like whatever we want to do, wherever we want to bring music. I love hearing all the different things people have been doing just to keep the music playing and sharing it with the world. It's so awesome.
Yeah, so true. Yeah.
Yeah. So what have you been doing to stay, I guess, maybe relevant with like branding and marketing online?
Yeah, for sure. So I'm just trying to build up, of course, my Twitch channel, just like you. Just started. It took me a little longer. I know a lot of DJs were on there back in March, and I was still debating and feeling I wasn't quite ready. There's a lot of technical, there's a lot of coding, there's just a lot of stuff to Twitch. So just trying to stay relevant. I just jumped on Twitch pretty much a month ago, and it's been amazing. I've met so many people from like the States, New Zealand, Europe, you name it, like all over the world that are now coming into my room and just building up other social media. I started TikTok. So I know you've seen like a million TikToks of mine. I'm driving everyone on Facebook absolutely crazy because they're like, "Oh, here she is again with another TikTok." So building that and just trying Instagram as well.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of platforms for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I think you're really good on camera and you're not
Oh,
bothering
thanks.
me with all the
Yeah.
TikToks. You're really
Yeah.
entertaining, easy on the eyes.
Yeah. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, you're inspiring me. Like, I'm like, okay. I'm like, let's try this again. I've been talking about TikTok for over a year, and I just haven't fully committed to it. But
Mhm.
I also have a lot of different projects going on,
Oh
like
yeah.
this one,
You have a lot. But you should try it because you definitely have the personality for it too.
and
Like I love like watching you too. And I think yeah, you definitely have the personality for it for sure. You know.
Thank you. I did
Yeah.
put together a little TikTok yesterday, and last I checked, it had a little bit of like 500 views or something. And I'm like, so always trying to collect that selfie content when I'm DJing in my bedroom, when I'm live
Mhm.
streaming. I'm like, don't forget to run a little selfie video of yourself.
Yeah, for sure. You should definitely do a dance hall reggae one, for
Oh
sure.
yeah. Oh
Yeah.
yeah. I know I set a goal that I haven't really started on of I want to do more selfie videos of me DJing and get on different artists' pages.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think it's awesome what you're doing too, especially with the Queens on Deck and, just showcasing other females around the world. Like, I mean, I think I randomly found you online somehow, some way, and I think through Facebook. And I think it's incredible that, like, because even growing up in the industry, and I'm sure you could probably relate too, that there wasn't too many females at all that you could look up to or connect with.
Yeah.
So it's really awesome seeing so many different styles and, just a lot of females doing it now for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I was thinking about that too. I was like, where did we exactly meet? I can't pin it.
Mhm.
You think maybe it was probably the Facebook group.
Yeah. Either
Yeah.
that or Instagram. I don't even remember.
I
Yeah.
know, right?
Yeah.
It's been a
Yeah.
while, and this whole year has been such a whirlwind. I can't remember when anything really happened. I do know the last time I was able to perform in a bar was March 6th. I know that. I will not forget my last like gig open to the public.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. So
Yeah.
true.
So do you have anything coming up? Have you done any underground parties or
Well, definitely not here because Toronto's definitely super strict in even having people in your place, hence me being in an
uh,
empty place back here, over here.
uh-huh.
Yeah, I don't even think you can even have anyone that's not immediate family, over. So nothing really planned. The only thing I'm just trying to build is for sure the Twitch show.
Mhm.
It's only been a month and I have about 150 people. I started more with strangers than friends because and then posting to everyone I knew because I just wanted like an unbiased, like just because your friends know you well, right? So I just wanted to see, okay, what were strangers' reactions?
Mm.
And it's pretty amazing. Like I've had so many people message me and say that they felt like the show was positive and it really resonated with them, or they might have been going through something during quarantine. So a lot of people have been opening up to me and just sharing their stories, and I just find that so incredible. So yeah, just working on that, and nothing, yeah, definitely no venues planned at all,
Mhm.
but just the Twitch, and I'm trying to work on some other business stuff right now too during the day. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, Twitch is a whole nother beast. I'm right there with you.
Hmm.
I'm at that point where I'm like, okay, I've done some here and there, and now it's time to like learn more even.
Oh yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's a lot of fun interacting, and it starts to feel like you get your little family in there, and you
You
just like
do. You do. Like I'm actually thinking about doing like a movie night too on there. So I've already talked to people that are regular viewers of mine and they're like, "Yeah, let's do a movie together," And
yeah.
once COVID is done, because it will be done, it will be done soon. Just as it appeared, it's going to, disappear and go away too, just like the Spanish flu, I believe. So once everything gets normalized and back, the whole world gets kind of reset again. The first thing I want to do is book a flight to New Zealand because I met a DJ on Twitch, DJ Reminisce, and he's my style to the T. But I've met so many amazing people from New Zealand that I mean, I didn't know lovers rock was so huge in New Zealand, reggae, and I didn't know R&B was so huge out there too. So jumping in their chat rooms, it's become kind of like family, where a few of us and a few people from Michigan, they're like, hey, why don't we all book a flight together and just go to New Zealand? So
Yeah,
that's my
totally.
first, that's definitely something I want to do for sure.
Yeah, I feel you because like I've networked more than I have ever networked in this last year and a half, really online. And now I've got these relationships where I just can't wait. One day we're going to do these world tours and we're going to get
Mhm.
all the ladies together in
Yes, for sure.
California, maybe
Yeah.
do, and just have our own convention or retreats or like, I'm like, wow, I've really built some really beautiful intimate relationships with other lady DJs from the show, and like we've never even met in real life. Like I couldn't
Yeah.
sleep last night. I'm in the middle
Mm,
of a big new project, and
mm.
I was visualizing the day when I go to my first DJ conference and I actually know who people are because I
Yeah,
like
that's
all
awesome.
this work networking, interviewing people, and like because I was set to go to Mobile Beat in Las Vegas, and I didn't really know very many people and I was nervous. I was like, I'm going to go into a room on a stage and have
Mhm.
like 1,000 DJs looking at me and I'm not going to know but like three.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
But now it's like, nope, the family's growing, the community's growing,
Mhm.
and it's fun. It feels
Yeah.
good. It feels good.
Yeah, for sure. And there is a certain amount of pressure. That's how I feel. If I'm honest, when I'm on Twitch, like, if you're a bit of a perfectionist, you can be, and I'm sure you could be like that too if you're reviewing your sets. and then you're noticing different things, and then you know that there's DJs like lurking and watching, so you're like, and especially being female too, you know, I feel like there's definitely a lot more pressure because people are, you know, a guy could just put on a baseball cap and come out there, you know, as a female it's like people are watching, you know, your moves, and not just the music you're playing, your song selection, how you're talking, how you look like. So there's definitely a little bit of a difference I find, you know, with females. But yeah, you know what? I just find that you got to just go out there. You got to be who you are. Everyone's got a different style, and you got to be true and authentic to who you are as a person. And, you know, just let your light shine through the music and through the mic too when you're talking to people. And that's what I'm trying to do. Worry less about, you know, people looking and evaluating, but just be me and be free. Kind of like the kid, you know, as a little girl, just putting on the headphones, the Walkman, waiting all day on the radio. If you guys remember this, with a tape cassette in a ghetto blaster, pressing play and record, trying to get a mixtape from the radio, you
Yeah.
know, and that's kind of how I started. So Twitch is definitely bringing me back to those moments of why I love music so much as well.
Mm,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah. My whole live streaming journey has had its ups and downs, I'd say. And what I always remind myself is like, just have fun. And I'm
Yeah.
also just like, don't give up. Like with the tech stuff, like there's a way, you know, I've definitely had to invest in lots of different equipment. And
Hmm.
sometimes, like last week, I had to change my computer. Like it just was not working. I had to stop the whole party and just switch it
Hmm.
out and simplify and just have one computer, one webcam on the computer, and just be like, that's that. You know, there wasn't a full view of me. And, you know, I was listening to a training the other day about doing virtual parties, and I agreed with a lot of what she was saying about having like a nice camera angle recording you from in front of you, not just a camera angle of, say, your head or
Hmm.
just your DJ gear. But I also truly believe like it's whatever you want to do, whatever you're
Hmm.
comfortable with. Like, don't let it stop you that you don't have multiple camera angles, or right now I haven't mastered the green screen while I live.
Hmm.
Don't let all any of those things, this is what my advice is and what I tell myself, don't let it stop you from doing it and playing music and, you know, learning as we go. Because one one juggle is your audience loves when you interact with them and when you
Yeah,
shout them out. Who
for sure.
doesn't love when you walk into a club and the DJ goes, "Oh, DJ Run That's in the house," you know?
Hmm.
So, and even, you know, my best friend who's not a DJ, but she's loving tuning into all the DJs. Like she's like telling me, you know, this one DJ, he like really makes you feel so special and like just loved, and like they like, that's what people need, extra good vibes right now, you know?
Oh yeah, big time. Yeah. And it's so true. I feel like the interaction, and that's what I try doing. Like, for example, yesterday, I was like, I'm just gonna put myself out there and say what I like, you know. So we started talking about hair, and I started talking about S curl, and then it went into Jerry curl, and then they're all making jokes about me. They're like, oh, she likes Michael Jackson, which I don't like Jerry curl, by the way. S curl, yes. But like it was just fun. We just had a massive conversation about it. Everyone was laughing in the chat room. People were connecting. And the biggest thing is like I want people to feel like it's family. Like when they walk into my chat room, I want them to feel like they all are really starting to get to know each other, and it's like family, you know, and it's really cool seeing that. And it takes a lot of work when you're trying to mix the music and get on the mic, and then my messages are like this tiny, like a little
Yeah.
tiny box.
Yeah.
But it's also amazing too, you know, just
Mhm.
reading and seeing complete strangers. It's almost become like TV now, where people are flipping through a channel, and they're stopping off at your channel, you know, to
Yeah.
spend the night with you, which is awesome.
Yeah, totally. I know when you go like club hopping on Twitch.
Yeah. 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 When you're checking out all the DJs for sure. Yeah.
We went hard a couple weekends in a row. Me and my best friend, and we were making all these jokes. We're like, we're twitching so hard right now. I mean, that sounds
Yeah.
kind of bad, but like
Yeah.
we were
Yeah.
just loving it. And then if you
Mhm.
get her and I, and we'll have to come support you on one of your live streams. You get her and I in there, and we just go emote crazy and
Oh, that's
just
awesome.
let all our silly Billy's out. And yeah, it's fun. There's been like storytelling too. Like on my last set,
Mhm.
I was telling some stories. I'm like, wow, I flew all the way to Miami for this artist with this
Mhm.
friend. And getting to tell those stories is a fun part of it too.
Oh, for sure. Yeah,
Yeah.
I loved your live stream. I saw it the other day, which was really really good. And I loved your song selection too. I was just listening. I was like, you would fit in so amazing in Toronto because dance hall, reggae, lovers rock, culture, like everyone loves it out here. Like you're gonna hear it on the boat cruises. You're gonna hear it all summer. You know, the Jerk
Yeah.
Fest, all these festivals we have. So hopefully
Mhm.
you'll be able to make it out here and play as well for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, I can't wait. Thank you. Yeah, it was interesting because I had to switch computers and I don't have like all, I don't know, my music organization's a little funny right now. And
Mhm.
usually my majority of the library is on external hard drives. But when you run out of USBs because you're running all these different things and computers and all that, and I have a little extender, I just was a little nervous to try it. And then I didn't want to plug my hard drive in when I was already playing because I was scared of having more tech issues that I had already gotten through. So I was like, just work with what you got.
Yeah.
I didn't feel like I didn't really have a lot of new music, which is fine because really the classics just are like, they're always a go-to like crowd pleaser.
Mhm. Mhm.
And then they give you that like reminiscing, like, oh yeah, that song when we were traveling, and that's all
Mhm.
they played in Belize, like over and over again, like Kevin Little, turn me on,
Oh
pull
yeah, for
up.
sure. Yeah, that's a given. Yeah, Kevin
Mhm.
Little. Mhm.
Yeah, but
Have you performed in Jamaica? Have you
no, but I've been
No?
there 3 times.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, you
Yeah.
definitely got to perform there for sure. Yeah.
I know. It gives me nerves just thinking about it, but like I know when the time is right, like I've got the links, like
Mhm.
so when the time is right, definitely want to go over there. My fantasy used to be to have own a house over there and
Nice.
retire over there, but
Mhm.
I don't, yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
But I just want to bring the whole family over there. My kids are really into the music too, so
Mhm. I'm just curious, how do people gravitate to that music too out there in California? Like, is
Oh.
there a huge scene for the music you're playing?
Okay, so we're in Northern California, Humboldt County, which is where Reggae on the River was produced, the
Mhm.
festival for over 35 years. And it started as a fundraiser to raise money to build our community center.
Hmm.
And the Jamaicans love to come here because we're the cannabis capital of the world. And
Mhm.
so before cannabis like spread all over, you know, that it like we were like one of the hubs. So the Jamaicans love to come out and perform at our community center and at our festival. So that's where and Reggae on the River was really like committed to having that real authentic Jamaican artist vibe
Hmm. Mhm.
where there's Cali Roots, which is in Monterey, and that's a newer festival that's really, really popular, but that's more like the California reggae vibes of like um, Slightly Stupid and Stick Figure. But Reggae on the River
Mhm.
is always really, really authentic, bringing like the freshest, hottest artists and all the original Roots people. So they were really good at doing a good blend, and then they'd bring in like Fela Kuti and like
Mhm.
Angelique Kidjo, and like you'd
Mhm.
get some of that African and some of that world music. Like
Oh, nice.
I remember one time Mixmaster Mike played, and I remember his hands scratching so fast you could barely
Mhm.
even see them.
Mhm.
Like so there's been like one of the last ones they had like Arrested Development play, which is kind of random,
Oh,
but
wow.
but they mix it up. So that's how our Northern California reggae scene really, I think, grew was from the Reggae on the River Festival.
Interesting. That's cool. It's
Mhm.
nice. Hmm.
Yeah, and then we would get year round once the community center was built, we would get a lot of reggae shows. All the Marleys would come up here.
Mhm.
So they have like a history of coming up here like for a long time since they first
Mhm.
started like well since like Damien and Julian Marley first started singing, it was like they
Mhm.
were coming up here when they were just getting started before Damien had ever dropped an album. I remember seeing him perform here.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. You got to definitely come for Caravana. That is, well, that here, at least in Toronto, is the biggest Caribbean festival here in Canada. So it's kind of like Trinidad Carnival, where there's like over 1 million people from worldwide that come here. But I remember having a gig that I don't perform at Caravana, but I remember having a gig that day. And the biggest mistake was every music shop I went to, I always rent out speakers. Like I don't own them because they're so big. Well, I have some speakers now in my place, but I usually rent them. And Caravana weekend, you know how a lot of Caribbean people, especially Jamaicans, the whole wall is filled with speakers from bottom to top, and the huge parade trucks.
Oh,
So
wow.
every speaker was sold out in the city when I had a gig in like 5 hours. So I was panicking. I was like, where do I
Mm.
get speakers? They're all sold out.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
But
That
it's
sounds
something that you should look into for sure. And I could probably see if I could connect you with to, when COVID's all done, I'll try to see if I could connect you here in Canada for sure. Cause I think
yes.
you'd do very well here for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd love that. I definitely want to. It's on my list. It's on
Mhm.
my list. Wonderful. So, how can we best support you and find you online?
Yeah, so if you go to Instagram for sure, DJ_Honeyflow, and then also Twitch TV. So if you just Google Twitch and then just go DJ_Honeyflow, all lowercase, then you'll be able to find me for sure. Yeah. And
Awesome.
you'll see some TikToks on Instagram, if you want comedy relief or inspiration. The three biggest things for me right now that I kind of want to market myself in three different areas, which is music, comedy, and inspiration. So those are the three things I'm really passionate about, and I hope that showcases on my Twitch TV channel, and also through Instagram and TikTok too. Yeah,
Wonderful. Well, thank
yeah,
you so much for being on the
yes,
show, and
yes,
it's been great connecting with
for
you.
sure. Yeah, we'll definitely connect soon. And thanks so much for the interview. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thank you everyone for
All right,
tuning in.
all right. Take care, you guys.
Bye. Go to my website to claim your free gift, a digital copy of my best-selling book, How to Start a DJ Business. www.djrundat.com. Follow me on all social media handles: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Twitch at DJ RunDat. Be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. To learn how you can book me or work with me, go to my website or email me at michelle@djrundat.com.